The Sandbox Collective will be mounting the off-Broadway musical Dani Girl, a musical good for the soul, for its maiden production. And to tell us more about this production, we have with us on Daybreak MITZIE LAO, who will play the part of Dani at some performances, and Pam Imperial will be Dani's mother in some shows, and of course, Director TOFF De Venecia. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Daybreak.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming in. So we were just chatting before we went on air, and you said that this production company is new. You came up with it with a partner. Just tell me briefly about your production company.
Well, the Sandbox Collective is in the business of procuring and developing new groundbreaking and cutting-edge theatrical work. So, of course, you have like the mainstream commercial shows like, Wicked and Grease and Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. So this is more of like the off-Broadway, indie, independent type. So, yeah.
Okay, so you guys are tapping into that. And for your first production, it's Dani Girl, which is an off-Broadway, is it a musical? Yes, off-Broadway musical.
It's a
why,
musical.
out of all the off-Broadway musicals, why Dani Girl?
Well, you know what I've always said, it's kind of like divine providence how this show came to us. I mean, none of us have seen any version of this show elsewhere. And we were browsing through some like 200 musicals online. There's no description of anything. It was just the title. But then there's something about Dani Girl that made us want to click on it. And then when we read the synopsis, I was like, okay, this is going to be our show. And hearing the music of Michael Kuman and Christopher Dimond, who are like Jonathan Larson awardees. Of course, Jonathan Larson composed Rent.
So good music.
So it's like,
Amazing
okay,
music.
there's a Jonathan Larson stamp of approval on this musical, so let's do it.
Yes, exactly. Great idea. And tell us, what is the play or the musical about, the story?
Oh, Dani Girl is about Danica Lyons, who is a 9-year-old who is battling with leukemia. She loses her hair because of chemo, and despite her predicament, she does not sit back and take over. And she goes into this magical conquest to find her hair back and the answer to why is cancer.
Oh, okay. So it's a bit inspiring, and there's a little bit of, I guess, the script. Tell me about the script and the way it's written.
It's really beautiful. I mean, the themes are a little bit dark.
Okay.
There's cancer, and then there's mention of abandonment, and then questioning God's existence and all of these things. But it's always coming from like a perspective of a child, which is always like very innocent, very spirited, very inquisitive, very uplifting. So, and the music is the music is beautiful.
It's the perfect mix of reality and also something that's divine. So the script, it surprises you because it talks about something that's real, it's about cancer, but then just at different points during the musical, there are just lots of things there that will uplift you, that will touch your heart. So a lot of, it's just really, really beautiful.
There was a lot of research that went into this show, for sure. I mean, you couldn't have. We had like someone who was dealing with cancer come and watch the rehearsal the other day, and she found a resonance with the show. It's like whatever it is they chose to put in the text, people really go through that. So there's a lot of like preparation that went into this.
Yeah, I'm sure you as well, because you're playing Dani.
Oh, yes.
So how did you prepare for
preparing for this
role?
Every one of us made sure that we're going to read on narrated literature and that we're going to consult pediatric oncologists and actually visit child house or it's a house for cancer patients.
Yeah, it's a halfway home for like indigent children who have to undergo chemo. So like they're from the province and they're here to like do all of the therapy work. So we're actually going there tomorrow.
Like, we have a mini book club. So TOFF asked each one of us to like find a book and read more and research about cancer, and so lots of preparation.
And actually, like the big C, cancer is like people dread talking about it. So I really think this play could open the eyes of a lot of people to what really cancer is. So it's going to open a lot of people's eyes.
Right. It's not just an amazing story with great music, but also awareness that it could bring to the people of what a person really goes through when someone has cancer. And for a 9-year-old, it's even a different perspective from there. And what about you as her mother or someone, because usually when someone is diagnosed with cancer, it's the support system plays a big role, you know, so the family, the friends around. So what is your role in the play?
So yes, I am playing the role of the mother. At certain performances, I actually play another actress who is playing the role is Sheila Valderrama.
Okay.
So I'm playing the role of the mother who has had, she has a 9-year-old daughter, and so she's been going through this for a long time already. They had 3 years of reprieve, and then her daughter gets the cancer again. So, kumbaga, my role actually is, her character is she's become hard. She's a kind of medyo stern mom, na because she believes that she has to do everything that is right for her daughter to get well. So yun yung nagiging ano niya, she's more of the, I have to do everything, I have to do this, I have to do this.
And makes no apologies for it.
Yeah, she makes no apologies for it.
It's a good contrast, I think.
Yeah, it's a good contrast, yes. Kumbaga, she's the one who is the more imaginative one, and the mom is the more of the realist.
Right,
You know, so it's actually, it's the, we don't want to spoil their story, pero
it's that balance.
Mix, it's that mix that makes the musical very magical.
Real.
Yeah, and more real. And magical at the same time. So.
Yes, because there's that combination of those characters.
Yeah.
Now, what else, how can you entice the audience to come and watch the musical, the play?
Well, definitely the music. The music is beautiful. The text is beautiful. The themes that are discussed in the play, and even how we're gonna stage it. Keeping in mind, kasi our audience as the Sandbox Collective, focusing on like the 18 to 30 set, focus on the 20-something millennial. They're always looking for authentic experiences. So what we're creating with Dani Girl, it's not just a show, but it's an experience. We're also working with a CSB Arts Management program. So before the show and after the show, there's actually something happening also like at the lobby, so that we can keep the conversation going. Coming into the theater, they watch the show, and coming out, how do you keep the conversation going? So there are a lot of like basically innovations that we're bringing to the theater scene through the Sandbox Collective. And I think Dani Girl is it's just such a beautiful material. The composer emailed us the other day. It's like, oh my God, we're like super starstruck. And then I CC'd our musical director, and then parang he started to cry. Because it's just like, because the material is so beautiful, and how someone came up with that is just like, wow, it's amazing.
That's great. So, you know, you're also ingesting some new ideas with the whole experience of going to see a play, like what you mentioned. So that's something that they can also look forward to.
And basically the team, it's a lot of young people, young creatives, a young set designer, costume designer. Like there are a lot of first-timers who are coming into the professional theater scene, because they're mostly been doing university work.
Right.
So,
so it's very fresh, very new, and definitely something very different. So now we're going to hear, you've been raving about the music, so let's go hear one of the songs, and will be sang by MITZIE. Go ahead, MITZIE.
I'm not quite 10, yet once again I'm standing face to face with stupid cancer. I beat him before, but now I'm unsure. Can I find a cure if I find your stupid answer? If I find out why, then I will not die. I'm gonna find the reason it's fair. I'm gonna get back my hair. In life you learn to just sit by, but I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm so appalled by being bald, so I'm resolved. Yes, now I am inspired. This time it's do or die. Cancer, say goodbye. Try to stop me if you dare. I'm gonna get back my hair. I know that it's a fact of life that everybody dies someday, but I've had my share of grief and strife, and I've got too many games to play. I don't care how or what what it takes. For once and all, I'm eliminating sickness. I'll purge spots, have radiant locks of gold and lavish, luxurious thickness. You'll see how strong I've grown. I'll do this on my own. Into the face of death I'll stare him down and take back my hair. Yes, everyone dies and life isn't fair, but that's all lies, 'cause I'm well aware that a girl cannot die. No, a girl will not die who has French twisted, ponytailed, braided and dyed, permed and conditioned and bruised and blow dried, teased and gelled and rolled in heaven, perfored and sprayed and ribbon up done, healthy and beautiful, invincible and beatable hair.
Oh, thank you so much. That was beautiful. That was great. It's very Broadway. Thank you. Thank you again, guys. And when can they see the show? Where?
Well, it is running at the RCBC Theater from July 11 to 27.
Okay.
And if people want to get tickets, they can just call 0917-899-6680 or Ticket World at 891-9999.
Okay, thanks again so much for coming over, guys. MITZIE LAO, PAMELA IMPERIal, and TOFF DE VENECIA of the production Dani Girl, a musical good for the soul.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.